and girls, welcome to the Super Simple Techie. Today we'll learn about the cloud, what are the cloud computing systems, and who are the market players right now in this segment. So actually many times what happens is whenever a term comes to our mind, cloud, we get confused like what exactly it is. Because the cloud systems or the computing, somehow it is difficult to relate with the cloud, right? Because people understand, like I've seen some videos, people are thinking like cloud, like something is downloading and uploading from the cloud. So it is not like that. So for clearing out these issues and these doubts, so let's understand cloud in basic layman terms. So the cloud computing is on demand delivery of computer power, database storage, applications, and other IT resources through a cloud service platform with pay as you go pricing. So here the pay as you go pricing was a revolutionary thing that was done by the cloud computing providers. So let's go to the next slide and see the agenda, what we are trying to cover it. एंड वन मोर थिंग आई वांट टू टेल यू इज़, अगर आप इस वीडियो को हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज़ कमेंट करें कमेंट सेक्शन में। अगर ये इम्पोर्टेंट ज़्यादा हमको कमेंट्स आते हैं तो हम इस वीडियो को हिंदी में भी ट्रांसलेट करेंगे। थैंक यू। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस। सो इट वाज एन अनाउंसमेंट, लाइक इफ पीपल वांट टू सी इट इन हिंदी दे जस्ट कैन कमेंट इट एंड वी कैन ट्रांसलेट इट। सो लेट्स गेट बैक टू द वीडियो। So here is the agenda. So what we are trying to understand today is introduction to cloud. What is AWS? What are the benefits? Why do we really need AWS or any cloud platform? And what are the customer success stories, conclusion, and the next steps? So let's start with the introduction to cloud. So actually, cloud is nothing what I already told you. It is the on-demand delivery of IT resources, whether it is applications, database storage, computing power, or any other IT resources. So what happens is, I'll explain you in basic layman terms. So earlier, what we used to do is there was a warehouse. Every company used to have it, on-premise networks and data centers and servers, where the servers will be there. People will go and manage the networks, provide the security, providing the power, backups, and everything has to be managed by themselves, and so and security as well. So when cloud comes up, they resolve this issue of managing everything by own. What they started doing is they they created those warehouses with lot of computers, lot of networks, lot of resources, highly secured warehouses kind of thing. And they started to provision it to the users or the companies whosoever want it. So, and they have also provided the consoles like web consoles. So, like on one click of any web application, you can just enable the 10 TB of volumes to your server. Like right now, I have data of around 5 TB of data I have of the users, and I am assuming I have a flash sale tomorrow. I might be needing some memory RAM of 100 GB more, or the data storage of 100 GB more. So rather than go into the market and buying it and attaching it to my servers, what right now I can do is I can just enable it through one single click on any service providers. I can just enable it 100 GB and click, and that is done. My RAM has been increased to 100 GB, and my storage has also been increased. So it is pay as you go pricing. So if you need it today, just pay it for today only. You don't need to pay it for tomorrow. So that was the advantage because it was so cost effective. So let's see who are the market players in the cloud segment right now. So I'll tell you Amazon Web Services, which is 32%. Okay, Microsoft Azure is holding 23% of market, Google Cloud is holding 10%, and remaining are the IBM, Alibaba, Salesforce, and Oracle. They comprises about 35%. That is also a huge number if I'll tell you. 35% is a huge number which is being occupied by the other. So right now nobody is leader, to be frank, I'll tell you. Right now everybody is competing with each other. So let's see how these things unfold. Okay, so let me give you some brief history of how this all things happened. So what happened is initially companies in 1990s, companies started the VPN services, which is virtual private network. So when these services started, people get to know like they can connect to any computer in any part of the world using VPN services, and people started opting for it. It was a big hit. So then we started thinking like if we can also revolutionize VPN by providing by using the services and not even having those servers of my own. Let me explain you with example. So the example would be like VPN. I can use like I have one computer and my friends have another computer in California. So I can connect to his computer using VPN or remote desktop services. But if I have a company, okay, and I want to use multiple servers which are in my backyard, I'm managing it. Okay, right now what I can do is I can create any Windows system or Linux system and provide the access to anybody in the user, even without owning it. You can understand, I don't have that computer. I can just create an instance and allow it to some specific user so they can access it, they can use it for 1 day or 2 day or whatever they want. So that was revolutionized. So in around 2002, Amazon came up with their cloud services and they started their internal development of the cloud. So they started integrating all these services into Amazon.com. So after that 2002, they did very good job and they finally offered it to the public in around 2006. And since then, it is like these services are evolving day by day. Like many players have come up into this sector, like Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, IBM, Alibaba. Everybody is competing in this market. So now what we are planning is we are working on the AWS part because AWS is right now the market leader in this cloud computing. So we'll learn what is AWS, brief history of AWS, what I have already told you, overview of AWS services and global infrastructure, and what are the availability zones. So these things we'll discuss about it, and for that we'll go to our AWS console to give you some console. We are trying to wrap this video here, so let's connect on the episode 2 for going to the AWS console where we'll describe everything, all the services which are provided by AWS, and I'll also help you to explain you about the instances, how to create the instances, what are IAM roles, what are the root users. These things we'll cover it in our next video. So please reach out to the episode 2 for this video. Thank you. Please show us some encouragement by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much. See you all soon and God bless you. Take care.